Welcome back to the King's Corner, place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and I have a very, very special guest today. And I have waited so long to have her back, and I am so excited to have Vault Girl with me today. Vault Girl, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me again.
Well, I am so excited. We were talking right before the stream, and I said this to you in private, and now I'll say it in public. One of the smartest people I know in the Fallout universe, and I say that in public, and you are so excited to have you on the show today. We're going to talk a lot of Fallout today. So excited to have you, and we're going to talk a lot about your channel. We're going to talk a lot about Fallout 76. We got a lot of gaming stuff to talk about today.
A lot to fit into an hour.
Yeah, we're not going to get it all fit in. Real quick before we start, just a couple of things in gaming. Normally, I like to talk about gaming news, and I was just skimming over some things. Do you remember the old game Crisis? Do you remember that game several years ago?
I do, but I never played it.
I played Crisis 2 and Crisis 3. Well, they actually have remastered Crisis, and it's going to be released next month, September the 18th, by the way. And it's a really neat game. You have this biosuit. It's almost like a power armor, but it's a more alien type thing. But anyway, a very, very, very neat game, and they're doing a remake. Well, they've already done the remaster on it, and it's going to be released next month. So that's a neat thing. And another thing, and this is really neat. In fact, Pete Hines and several other people retweeted this, and I can't believe more people didn't tag me in it. But in Doom Eternal, starting today, and it goes through September the 24th. And I hope YouTube don't demonetize me for this word. They always do for some reason. But anyway, you can turn the demons into Elvis with a new official mod in Doom Eternal. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah, that is so crazy. So yeah, I'm going to be playing a little bit more Doom Eternal until September the 24th because I can now have Elvis demons in there. That's just so great. Well, real quick before we get into the real stuff today, let me say hi to some of the people that are here. Zonderbunny is here. Heath is here. James is here. Noah's here. See, I've got to remember these. This is not their real names, but I'm remembering their real names. That's tough on a lupus guy. Skyrim Lord is here. Jeremy's here. DJ, thank y'all for being here. And Vault Girl's actually going to help me because she can see the chat too with some of the questions that come up. James says, have you seen the latest trailer for the Gotham Knights? No, but I've heard about it. Right here at the first of the show, before we get into some of the Fallout 76 news, I do want to mention my special guest has an awesome YouTube channel. And when I said that she is the smartest person I know in Fallout, she's probably one of the smartest people in gaming in general. So if you are not subscribed to Vault Girl, and by the way, her name is right there in blue, you can tap on her and go to her channel and subscribe. If you are not subscribed to her, please do it now, because her channel is absolutely amazing. She plays Fallout 76, Fallout 3. She does Assassin's Creed, Ghost of... I cannot ever pronounce that.
Tsushima.
There you go. And all kinds of games, and we'll talk about some of that. There's the link to her channel. Thank you. And she does awesome moderating on my channel as well. So please go and subscribe to her channel. And then she does cooking as well. And she makes me mad that I can't taste what she cooks. So we'll be talking about her channel some more as we go along. And if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit of what you have planned in the future on your channel, Vault Girl.
Well, we definitely have the PS5 coming up, and I do have plans to purchase one as soon as they're out. because I would like to play Valhalla on it, the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey game coming out.
Yeah.
Definitely looking into the next generation Xbox so I can kind of expand the kinds of games that I play, getting a little bit more into PC gaming, which I'm terrible at, but I do try.
So you're going to try to go both Sony and Xbox if you can?
Yeah, if I can, just because I've seen the kind of teaser announcement for the next Fable game, and I'm a huge Fable fan. So yeah, gonna pick up an Xbox.
Yeah. And I'm gonna throw some things in here that we didn't talk about. I hate doing that. I know you asked me before the show. That just made me think of some on the Xbox. What did you think about the Avowed, the one from Obsidian? What did you think about that?
I am very intrigued by it. Yeah. It's right up my alley, open world RPG.
Absolutely.
So, definitely.
Anthony says Fallout 76 ? I've got a whole page worth of Fallout 76 notes. We're going to cover Fallout 76 on the KingCast. Absolutely. Yes, we're going to cover Fallout 76. Yeah, there are a lot of awesome new games right on the horizon that are just about to come out. Starfield, one of them, I can't wait for. But Avowed is another one that looks really, really, really good. So if y'all are not subscribed to Vault Girl, please go do it. There is her link. We'll be talking more about her channel. Some of those games that you're playing on your channel that I noticed that look really intriguing. Persona 5. I've never played that one. That one looks interesting.
Yeah, it's a big departure from what I normally play, but it's a game series that I've been into since the third one, back on the PS2, two or three.
Oh wow! And Strange Brigade. Tell us something about Strange Brigade.
That one is you're like a English adventurer going out treasure hunting in Egypt. So you have your team and you're trying to defeat the evil queen at the end. It's very interesting.
Is that the first game in that series, or is there?
It's the only one.
That's what I thought.
It's the only one.
Do you know who the maker of that one is?
Not offhand, I don't.
Yeah, that one looked really intriguing. If y'all want to know more about these games, y'all have to go check out her channel. All right, let me give y'all some Fallout 76 news. We're going to go back and forth. We always do on the KingCast. We go crazy on the KingCast. So that's why y'all love it so much. PJ says, wow, this guy is the real deal. He takes notes. Yes. My family teases me about my notes. Okay, Bethesda says, if you have a PC, they want you in the PTS. The PTS stands for the public test server now, not the private test server, but the public test server. Back when Wastelanders was not out yet, there was a private test server where secretly there were people playing it before it came out, testing it. But now Bethesda has opened it up to anyone with a PC. So update 22 that is not out yet, if you have a PC, you can actually play it right now. You can play the legendary perks, you can play the daily ops, you can play all of those things right now, and Bethesda actually wants more people in there playing it and testing it to make the game better. And if you do that, they will actually give you in-game rewards. And right now, what they're giving out, what they've promised to give out, is a pendant. It's like y'all know what a pendant is. It's the old thing that you waved at football games. But they will give you a PTS pendant if you do 8 daily ops in the PTS. So that's kind of a good incentive to get in there and do some missions in the PTS. Do you have a computer, PJ? you said you was going to get into the PC gaming, Vault Girl. Uh,
I,
are are you doing any
I
of the PTS stuff?
No, I'm not part of it because I don't have 76 on my PC. It's just on the PS4.
That is a real, I did the PTS when it was private, and then it was neat to just go right into it now that it's public. And I still have a hard time talking about it because I was so hush hush with it when it wasn't. So, PJ says he was just messing with me. I know you was. I know you were. Pyro says Wasteland 3 out this coming Friday, King. I cannot wait. Oh, Wasteland 3, yes. Aren't those some of the original makers of Fallout that did Wasteland?
Yes,
I believe so.
it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the precursor to the original Fallout.
Yeah, that one really looks good as well. Absolutely. Here's some other news in Fallout. I'm gonna go over this real quick and then we can talk. Okay, this is stuff that is going on now or what's immediately coming. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this quick. Y'all get your listening ears on. Okay, going on right now is Double Score Weekend, and of course that means what you do counts double on the daily and weekly challenges. Right now, I believe daily challenges are worth 500 each, and the weekly challenges are worth 1,000 each. So that is amazing and can get you moving way up on that board. And we're getting close to the end, so you definitely need that. That ends Monday, so you've got today and tomorrow of the double score. Meat Week, of course, is going on right now, and that will go through Wednesday of this coming week. Then there's a bonus challenge week. So Bethesda is really trying to help everybody finish this first season before the next season starts. And everybody keeps asking me, when does this season stop? When does this season stop? And I really don't. Balt Girl, do you know exactly when this season stops? The only thing I know is it stops when Update 22 comes out.
I don't know officially, but if you watch the little game piece, the little Bethesda ship game piece, it moves every day. So I think if you count how many are left, that's probably going to give you a good indicator of
just
how much
stay ahead of the ship. Stay ahead of the ship, and you're good. Absolutely. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Good to have you. Zonder Bunny, you're getting so good at being on time. I know you were here earlier. You're so good. Zonder Bunny used to get on here right at the last, so he's been so good on live streams and stuff. I'm so proud of you. So the bonus challenge week, as soon as Meat Week ends on Wednesday, bonus challenge week starts that Wednesday, the 26th, and goes through the 31st. So it goes through the end of this month. Now, listen, Bethesda just has things stacked right on top of each other. So it goes through the end of the month. And then Update 22 is supposed to be at the first of the month or very early in September. And this is supposed to be one of the biggest updates that Fallout 76 has ever had, because it has, and I know y'all are going to want to talk about these things, it has one Wasteland, legendary perks, Season 2, which is called Armor Ace. It has the daily ops, and then, of course, the nerf that is coming, and we're going to talk about that as well. But all that is going to be stacked right on top of each other. So again, double score weekend's going on, Meat Week is going on, then bonus challenge week, and then the Update 22. So Bethesda's just got things going bam, 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 bam. You cannot say they're not giving us new content to the game. They're doing amazing with that, don't you think, Vault Girl?
I think so. Yes, they're keeping it very fresh and alive.
Yeah. I do wanted to ask you about, what do you think about the new seasons? Some people like it, some people don't. What do you think about the new seasons? Do you like it better than the old daily and weekly challenges?
I do like it. I like the rewards that we get, especially the camp rewards. Those are my favorite. But I can see it very quickly becoming a grind.
Yes, absolutely.
And even for me now, I don't have time to get on every day to play, but I do try to get on 2 or 3 times a week to at least kind of maintain the board.
Yes.
I can see next season, if it's still that same grindy feeling, it's going to get to where not many people are going to really care to keep up with it.
They have been good about doing these double scores and let you catch up and all that. So that's been good. But yes, I cannot see season after season after season after season. That's going to really get old quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the prizes. I really don't know what the answer would be to get that grindy feeling out of it. You know, I don't know, but I'm just like you. I love part of it. I love kind of the concept. I love the prizes. Most days I do get on and do the daily challenges.
I think it would be better if I wasn't still trying to work on the affinity with the settlers and the raiders. That's going so slow for me.
Yes.
Because I did take it very slow since I was doing a playthrough of the Wastelanders. So now that that's over, I'm left with trying to get that max affinity for the rewards that you get, the ammo machine and the other.
Exactly. Mark says, "Hey King, much love to you and yours." Thank you, Mark, very much. Mr. Lewis says, "The one Wasteland makes me not want to play, honestly." We're about to talk about one Wasteland. Hopefully you won't think that after it comes. And I think really, if you understand what they're trying to do with it, part of it really sounds good, but I do understand that feeling. Dustin says, "Hey King, love your videos, very informative for helping my build." Thank you, Dustin, very much. Heath says, "It appears you'll be able to purchase some season rewards with gold bullion after the season ends." Oh, now I like that. Instead of using the atoms, I really like that. That's a good idea.
I had heard about that they were going to offer them up for gold once the new season starts.
I love that because I'm at the point, I've got the jetpack, I've got the minigun, I've got the Gauss shotgun. What else am I going to use the gold for? You know, I've got the well, which is terrible. Don't buy it. I've got the dirt patches. You know, I guess I could buy the other kind of power armor and stuff, but I've got most of what I want with the gold. What am I going to do with all these treasury notes and gold? You know, so that.
Well, I'm working on the Secret Service armor right now. Is what I'm working on.
I just finished my Secret Service armor, so that was the other thing with the gold. I love the Secret Service armor. If you don't mind, let's real quick talk about the one Wasteland because that is a huge thing that's coming. I mean, that's really going to change the game, and I know a lot of people are kind of confused on it because it's a total rebalance of Fallout 76. And I know Mr. Lewis was talking about how it's going to change the game. And I think it's confusing a lot of people as well. One thing it's going to do, when you are by yourself, let's talk about what it's going to do when you're by yourself. Right now, when you go into the forest, say, and you're level 200 and you walk into the forest, you're going to get very low level enemies. With one Wasteland, it's going to allow those enemies to come up in the forest so you can get more experience points and so you can get better loot. So that's not a bad thing there. The other thing it's going to do is if you're with somebody, say you're still level 200, but you're with a level 15 player and you're in the forest, you're still going to get those level 50 because the forest is going to cap at level 50. It's not going to allow the enemies to get over level 50 in the forest. But the person you're with that's at level 15, he's going to get enemies that are, say, level 10. So you're going to get enemies that are 50 at the same time. Now, that's what one Wasteland's going to do. So you can play with a level 15 player, and the experience y'all are going to have is going to be great together. So that's going to be, to think a game's going to be able to do that, where a level 200 player and a level 15 player can play together and get a balanced experience. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually pull it off.
If they can pull it off, yes.
Because I do remember when the game came out, they were saying, oh, if the lowest level person on your team goes in the area, that's the enemy levels you're going to draw. But it's never been that. It's always been the highest level for that area.
Right.
So it'll definitely be interesting to see if they can actually pull it off. But, I bring in low-level characters to play with high-level characters to level them up. I want that challenge of the higher-leveled creatures there.
Yes. Some of what people are talking about is the nerf that's going to happen. There is and this is what's got everybody scared, because they're looking at this overall bringing down of the damage for, say, your weapon once did 150 damage. Now in one Wasteland, it's going to do 89 damage. And they're like, oh, but what you're not understanding is the whole game is being rebalanced. And this is what Bethesda is saying in a statement. And I've reworded this for me to understand, okay? The nerf is not a nerf. It is a simplification of how damage and buffs are calculated. And what they are doing are making it much easier for future development of the game. So they are changing how damage and buffs are calculated. They're not changing the damage of your gun. They're changing how damage is calculated. So you can't take it as the damage of my gun has changed. I'm not going to do as much damage now. They're changing how damage has been calculated. That's what Bethesda is saying. So they are promising that it's going to turn out to be not the nerf that everybody's thinking it's going to be. Does that make sense?
Does, and it'll be interesting to see how it actually pans
out. Okay, that's what they're saying. And again, you've got to think all of this is wrapped up in one Wasteland that is totally rebalancing the whole game. They're changing how enemies are balanced and how they take damage. So, I mean, this stuff is a lot higher level understanding than I understand. So just because the damage is going down, just because that one number is going down on your gun, doesn't necessarily mean, and again, I'm not trying to defend Bethesda here, I'm just telling you what they're saying, does not necessarily mean the damage is going down on your gun, okay? It's a rebalance. So that's what they're saying. It's a simplification of the balance and buff system. And it says, they say it's going to help them in development for the future.
So more of the way it is in Morrowind, like a dice roll on how much damage you do? Is that...
Well, they got real technical, and they can get real technical if you're and you may understand this more than I do. Right now, it is like multiplied. The damage is multiplied, and they're changing it to addition. And if you look at the damage and buffs, they say it is just crazy to look at, because one build and one type thing does it one way and one does it another way, and it's not uniform at all. So they're changing it to be much easier to do in the future.
If that makes sense. But again, we have to wait and see how it's going to
work out. Yeah.
Yep.
it's messing with everybody's gym, and that's what I'm trying to explain. It's not just messing with your build. The whole game is being rebalanced. Okay, and just because your numbers are changing does not necessarily mean my gun's going to be weaker. Okay, that's what everybody's freaking out about. My number's going from 150 to 80, so my gun's going to be weaker. The whole game is being rebalanced. That's what we've got to think about. And yes, there's going to be changes. The whole game is changing. The whole game is being rebalanced. So yeah. That's the that's the update there on the nerf. It's not just them saying I'm going to weaken everything. That's not what they're doing. They're not weakening guns. So Thomas, hey, good to see you. What's going on?
Mr. Lewis is saying the nerf isn't a big deal, guys. Bethesda, even so, the level of nerf isn't where they want things, and that they will buff some things after the patch.
Yeah.
All damage will be nerfed, period. You can sugarcoat it or lie to yourself, but it is true. I get that.
Yeah. And again, I'm not trying to sugarcoat. I'm just trying to explain what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
John says, hey, King, I got to catch you live this week. Yay, you did. Yeah, you did. The good news is with this patch, with the nerf, and again, you've got to remember this nerf is coming with one Wasteland that is a huge redo of the whole game. And I'm excited about one Wasteland, like you said, if they can pull it off, because it's really going to be amazing. There's a lot of lower level players that I would like to play with. For one, my son is one. He's just starting out in Fallout 76, and he likes to play with me, at times. And I've got some lower level characters, but when we go out, there is no comparison to our characters. But with one Wasteland, if it turns out the way they say it, then we can have a good experience together. I'll be facing much harder enemies than he will. So that'll be a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when I play with people that are just starting the game for the first time, I normally bring a lower level character just so they don't feel intimidated by the higher levels, that I'm going to end up drawn to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Would you mind putting your link up there one time? Again, I am talking to Vault Girl. She is, I'm going to call her the Fallout Whiz. She is so amazing with Fallout lore knowledge. If y'all have a Fallout question, we could probably have a Fallout trivia day, and I bet you she could out trivia anybody. But she is amazing. If y'all are not subscribed to Vault Girl, y'all please do it now. There is her link. I'm so happy to have her with me today on the show. I have wanted to have her back. How long ago was it that you were on the show with me? Gosh, it's been a long time.
Jeez. Right before I hit 1K, I think.
Yeah, and now you're over 2,000. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I don't know where they came from.
And you have been a moderator on my show for a long, long, long time, because you have been a subscriber with me. How little of a channel was I when you joined?
You were 100. I was number 187, I believe.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You have been with
2018.
Wow. And now I'm over 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing, Vault Girl. That is amazing. You have been with me since I was 100 people. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Johnny says, King, truly the only people that are going to be griping really hard about the unyielding builds and the junky builds. You know, the people that rely on the armor and guns, not skill. No, I can understand people being upset, and it's going to be a lot to get used to when they rebalance a game. I can fully understand it. If my laser gun gets nerfed, it's going to be something to get used to. I understand. And I saw somebody say, not to be combative, but it is nerfed in the PTS right now. And I understand that too. And Bethesda says they're not through in the PTS. Again, I'm just telling y'all what Bethesda says, and they may be sugarcoating it. They may be trying to say things to make us feel good right now. I'm just the messenger. Y'all don't shoot the messenger, and I don't work for Bethesda. Okay, so we'll just have to see what happens when it comes. But they are forcing us into the specific builds to be on top. Mr. Lewis says, I missed one. Mr. Lewis says people will finally realize there is a lot more to being a bloody build than being low health. And yeah, absolutely. Johnny says, I had a buddy build from, I'm trying to catch up, Vault Girl, from about 150 to 185, and I couldn't stand it. It was too easy. Bloody build and junky builds. Bloody build is just not for me, and this is just me. I don't know. Have you ever tried a bloody build, Vault Girl?
Not because I don't like them.
I don't either. I am obsessive with keeping my health full and radiation empty. I am obsessive with that. There is no way I could be a bloody build. I know the weapons are very powerful, but I could just not do it. Jeremy says it's a test, so they can fix it before it goes in the game for the most part. Yeah, they are, for what Bethesda is saying right now in the PTS, they are tweaking. So what is going on in the PTS right now, it is not final. Now, I do know that for sure. Where the weapons are and all that is not final at all. Jay says, hey, King, great to catch the show. Keep up the great work. The Vault Girl is the matriarch of Fallout. She is awesome. She is number one in my book. Mr. Lewis says, and I remember when we had a variety of veritable builds. Amanda says, I have a question based on the Colossal Wendigo. I heard from a different YouTuber. You listen to a different YouTuber? Amanda, no. Okay. Saying once it's launched, players who died during the event won't be able to participate again. Will this be an issue? That's not true. If you die, you respawn and go back in. If something happens and you can't go back in, that's a bug. That has happened though. There have been some people that die and not been able to get back in, but that's a bug. Okay. It's supposed to work that when you die, you respawn just up out of you're still in the mine area, but you're just up out of the hole and you drop back into the mine hole and you start battling again. But yes, there have been some people that spawn out of the vent and cannot get back in, but that is a bug. That is a problem. So I hope that answered your question. There have been some people that's not been able to get back into the event, but that is a problem. That's one of the things they're trying to fix in the event. So that was one of the reasons that it was delayed so much, and it's still coming back on them. Let's see. Oh, Jerry, don't be like that. Let's see. Okay, cool. Says finally got Chinese stealth armor. It's amazing. Awesome. Let's see. Mr. Lewis, also, I heard we are not going to be allowed to have multiple level perk cards. Have you heard that, Vault Girl? I haven't heard that.
No, I haven't heard that at all.
I haven't heard that yet. Have you done Meat Week yet, Vault Girl?
I did. I did it the other day. I had a lot of fun with it. I think Primal Cuts triggers an awful lot. It's like as soon as you get done, it's triggering again.
It does. It absolutely does. And by the way, when are we going to play? You've been with me since 181 people, and we still have not played together. And I know it's my fault, and I'm sorry, but we need to play.
We do.
Yeah, I'm
definitely
very
do.
sorry.
Whenever you're over on PS4, just let me know.
I know
Be happy to join.
That's my problem. I don't get on the consoles near enough. I'm running around too much. I'm on PC way too much, and most people can attest to that. I'm so sorry. The people on consoles, I'm so sorry, but I'm very sorry to people like you that I've promised to play with. So please forgive me, Vault Girl.
Oh, I understand. I do, because I'm busy, and I imagine you're even busier than I am.
Yes, it's I have so many video ideas. In fact, here in this very notebook, I have like 3 pages full right now of video ideas that I want to do. I mean that are current that I've, and some of them I've already started work on the videos. And I don't know if you're that way or not. That some of them I probably will never get made because either time passes or whatever it is. But do you find yourself like that? You just don't have time to get everything done that you want done?
I do. I have a lot of games I'd love to play, but I just don't have time to fit them in.
Yep.
And doing longer game series is now, like Persona is a very long series, over 120 hours worth of gameplay to get through. And, that's going to take me quite a while to get through it. And I just can't see adding on other longer games. I try to fit it in like a smaller one, like Assassin's Creed Syndicate's a much smaller one. But then some I reserve for live streams just because of the length of them. I say I need more day in a week,
Oh, absolutely.
If I didn't need to sleep, I would get so much done in a day.
Absolutely. Sexy Daddy Jones says, dang, I wasn't first this time. What happened? Mm-hmm. I love his name. I keep saying I'm going to change my name to King Sexy Man or something like that. I kid him about that. You'll be first next live stream, Sexy Daddy Jones. That's all right. Is the update only on PC? Which update are you talking about? Let me know what you're talking about, and I'll tell you. Yeah, Colossal Problem is the only thing that is PC only right now. Everything else is for everything. Everything else is for everything. Well, what are you doing with Fallout 3 right now? I saw some good Fallout 3 content on your channel.
See, right now I'm finishing up bits and bobs. Just went and got the remainder of the bobbleheads, my last 4 bobbleheads, before heading off to the Pit DLCs next weekend.
Oh, awesome. I love the Pit. I love the Pit.
I'm a little bit scared on that one. I've only done it one time, and that was a long time ago. So it's going to be interesting.
If y'all want to see Vault Girl, go to the Pit. Or if you've never played the Pit in Fallout 3, you need to watch Vault Girl do it. Again, subscribe to Vault Girl's channel. She has awesome content, both gaming and cooking, so please subscribe to Vault Girl. I love Fallout 3, one of my very favorite games. It was the very first Bethesda game I actually played, was Fallout 3. What was your first?
Yeah,
what was your first Bethesda game?
I think it was
game?
Fallout 3 as well.
That is so many. I cannot tell you how many people I ask that question to, and they say Fallout 3.
Well, Fallout 3 is what made me fall in love with the Fallout series. It's where I get my name. I don't know. It's my favorite Fallout. I know a lot of people love New Vegas, and I like New Vegas too. I love the DLC for New Vegas. In over 3,000 hours, I have never once done the Battle for Hoover Dam.
Really?
Fallout, yep. I don't know. I get to that point, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done now.
I think I'm done now. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis says that he will check you out after the show. Thank you so much, Mr. Lewis. Thank you. You was introduced to Bethesda through 76. That's great. That's great. That's a very good question to everybody. What was your first Bethesda game? Because Bethesda is really different than most games you play, especially if you were playing games back when I was playing games. Bethesda, I won't tell you what era I'm talking about, but when I put Fallout 3 in for the first time and I came out of the vault, Oblivion, nice. When I came out of the vault and it was like, what do you do? Where do I go? And of course it was go anywhere, do anything. But I was used to a game telling me, go that way, go that way, do this. And Fallout 3 didn't do that. It was just go anywhere, do anything. And
I think that's what makes me love Fallout 3 just a little bit more than I like New Vegas. Because to me, New Vegas seems very go here, go there, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Very hand-holdy, I guess I want to say. Where you walked out of that vault in Fallout 3, and yeah, they kind of wanted you to go to Megaton, but if you took a right instead of a left, you ended up getting murdered by doggos. And let me tell you, that was my first experience. I turned around and said, let me back in the vault. I want to be a vault girl.
Well, now New Vegas kind of had that thing. If you tried to take a shortcut to New Vegas, you got the death claws. So,
Yeah, you could either get murdered by cazadors or death claws.
Yeah. I'll be very honest with you guys. I honestly got overwhelmed with Fallout 3, and here I am on a Bethesda channel telling y'all this. I actually took it. I got out of the vault, loved it up until that point, and I got so overwhelmed with it. I took it out of y'all are gonna. I took it out of the machine, put it back in there, took it back to the store, and turned it in. And it was later I bought it again and said, I'm going to try this game again. I actually said I can't do it. I actually said I could not do the game because I was so used to, I love Doom. I love those linear games. I was so trained that way. So
I did the exact same thing with New Vegas.
Did you really?
I did not like it at first. It took me many, many years before I grew to like it. And Gabe Grafton here has a question.
Yes, for you.
To know what kind of recipes do I do? Well, I cook from the Fallout Cookbook. That's where I started. Those were the first videos I put up, and I still cook from it. I cook from the Skyrim Cookbook, but I've also added on the Firefly Cookbook, if you guys are familiar with the Firefly series or the movie Serenity. Those recipes are from it. I cook from a book called The Necronom Nom Nom Nom, which is very Lovecraftian inspired. I've played a few Lovecraftian games on my channel, and I thought that would be a good tie-in. I do a lot of my own personal recipes, and I do have a new cookbook coming out. I don't know when that I'm going to be cooking from, and it is going to be Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I believe.
Oh, neat.
But that won't be out until I start playing the last Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Warrior. Is that what it's called?
Now, what kind of food is in Star Wars? Hold on, let me get this super chat real quick before you enter that. Thank you for sending me to Vault Girls channel. Can't wait to start watching. Love you, King. High five. Keep up the wonderful content. High five, Johnny. Thank you so much. Johnny's such a great supporter. Thank you so much, Johnny. And he's going to be a new subscriber to Vault Girl. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
That's awesome. Heath says, my first experience of Vault 101 was getting killed by a raider because I couldn't work the controller. That's awesome. So real quick, what kind of food would Star Wars be? Do you have any idea?
I haven't looked through it a lot, but I've watched a friend of mine who does fantasy cooking, and she cooks from it. And I would say they all do look really good, but it's all very Star Wars inspired, definitely from all the different movies. So
That'd
it's
be
going to be
great.
interesting to dive into.
That'll be great. Let's see. Sexy Daddy Jones says he's going to give me some holiday gifts. Oh, that'll be great. DBZ Collector says the first Bethesda game was Oblivion. I loved Oblivion except for the goofy faces. Once I got out of the sewers, I got overwhelmed with the size. It was my first open world. I left it for like a year, then decided to give it another try. See, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Amanda says, could you explain more about the Brotherhood of Steel? Will it be another faction or just another daily quest? Would it be the story of what happened to them? Oh, okay. The Brotherhood of Steel. I should hand this over to the Vault Girl. Vault Girl, tell us a little bit, and I'm putting you on the spot, but I know you know everything about them. Tell us a little bit about the Brotherhood of Steel, the original Brotherhood of Steel, if you don't mind. Can you?
The original Brotherhood of Steel was formed by Arthur Maxon.
See, listen to her.
He separated from the United States military right before the bombs fell. He found out that they were allowing scientists to experiment on people with the FEV, the forced evolutionary virus, which, a little known fact, was actually a cure for what McCready's son has, that blue, I forget what they call it, the blue, the name escapes me, but it was a cure for that, which was actually ended up becoming the FEV virus.
I can't remember
that you end up getting, the master and everything in Fallout 1, but he sent out a message saying, hey, we've succeeded, we've taken over Mariposa military base, and he was very confused by why no one got back to him. But then the bombs fell, which was the reason, and kind of went on and established his isolationist, everything for the Brotherhood mentality. And you do see some divergence from game to game, like with Elder Lions, they were a much more open and wanting to help people, where the original is very much no technology for us and only us. And I think they've kind of gotten it back to that with Maxon from Fallout 4.
I was about to say Maxon was kind of terrible, that back to the it's just us and we ain't helping nobody.
It's very interesting to go into Fallout 3, into the Citadel, and read young Arthur Maxon's terminal.
Yeah, they were the good guys in 3,
yes,
no doubt.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
But the Brotherhood of Steel has a very interesting history.
Yeah.
All the way through it.
And Amanda, if you want to know in Fallout 76 what's going on, the Brotherhood of Steel, of course, in West Virginia have all died. And it is the Brotherhood from the West Coast that is coming back to West Virginia. So we're going to get to the story that we're going to get in this new DLC. We're going to get to see why they're coming back and what's going on. So this is so cool. Bethesda is creating new lore about the Brotherhood of Steel in West Virginia as they come from the West Coast. And remember, we are at the time now of Fallout 1. So, I mean, they're almost parallel now. So that's really cool.
Pretty close, yeah. I think my guess is it's going to be much like Lions. He was sent from the West Coast to go to Chicago to check on a lost Brotherhood of Steel extension that had been sent out to scout the area, but they got sidetracked or diverted and ended up in the capital Wasteland. So that's probably what's happening. They're coming to check on why there's no communication with the
With
Brotherhood of
this one.
Steel in 76 now.
Well, I know it's probably not going to be in the first or second DLC, but you would hope in one of these there's going to be some kind of conflict or mention or something between the Brotherhood and the Enclave here in West Virginia.
Think so. I would think there would have to be, just from the way the original story played out, because if you did it the way it flowed, you were sent to the Raiders, or Rose,
Mm-hmm.
and she sends you to the Free States. The Free States send you to the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood, you eventually end up getting led to the Enclave.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be some crossover there somewhere. I mean, obviously the Brotherhood of Steel knows who the responders were.
Right.
There's a lot of holotapes and notes talking about, they think that they're interfering and stuff.
So are we going to find any remnant of the Enclave then? Since we actually are going to find one guy that's left from the Brotherhood in this new DLC. There's going to be one guy that's alive that he left or something. I don't know if you've seen that.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, he left. He's like a defector. He left, and now he's coming back because he hears that they're coming back. He's going to be kind of our
liaison.
Yeah, something like that before they get here. So I'm wondering if later on we're going to learn that maybe there's somebody from the Enclave left.
It's possible that they would, if it worked for the Brotherhood, I guess it would work for the Enclave.
That would be really cool to find out that, because Modus is still up and operating. So, and that's,
yeah, he definitely is. Now, I thought it would be a great way to tie in the Secret Service by having somebody who was maybe secretly part of the Enclave in that bunker.
Yeah. Well, and you would think that, and I'm sorry, guys, we're just talking here. Y'all can jump in. But you would think that if the Brotherhood found out about Modus, especially with him having the nuke codes and everything else, that they would want to go destroy him or take him over or something. Because that's the threat. I mean, there's nukes dropping everywhere. They're going to have to do something with that soon. So
it could be a future, quest line.
Yeah.
That they're working on.
Dustin said, just sub the Vault Girl. Looking forward to her content. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Cirque says, technically a conflict of interest. We are the Enclave. Gabe,
technically we are.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gabe says, anticipate a new subscriber. Vault Girl, much love. That's awesome. That's awesome. Renrut, good afternoon, KingFanMan. Hey, Renrut. Yeah, there's that. That's what has always, and I guess that's why I fell in love, or one of the reasons I fell in love with Fallout 76 is because you have a Fallout game, but you have a Fallout game that is so open-ended with possibilities that are just ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. It's not like Fallout 4 or Fallout 3 or Fallout 76 where you're just going to get, 3 to possibly 4 DLCs at the most. I mean, this is a game that they say they want to go 10 years.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a tide over until Fallout 5.
Absolutely. And with that said, I have a huge question for you. With the new consoles coming this Christmas, possibly, or probably, what are they going to do with Fallout 76?
It's gonna have to be able to be ported over, because I don't think people are going to want to go out and buy a whole new, another version of it for the new console and have to start all over again. And they're saying, some game, right now it's some games are going to be backwards compatible. I would certainly hope 76 is one of them.
I was about to say, you'd hope they're working on it, or surely they're already thinking about that.
I would hope.
If we're thinking about it, surely they are. I hope so.
I think with Starfield being next generation, I do think they've kind of made allowances for it because they know the next gen's coming. They're designing a game for the next gen. They want 76 to last for 10 years. It's going to have to be ported over if they're going to be able to keep it viable. Not everyone is going to keep their PS4. They're going to trade it in or, pack it up and put it on a shelf or whatever.
If they do port it over, do you think it will enhance it any? Is it going to help it any on the new consoles?
I would certainly hope it helps with the load screens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they have gotten long. With each new update, it just seems to be a little bit longer.
A little bit longer and a little bit longer, yeah. He says, I won't buy a new console unless I absolutely have to. It's according to what comes with them, Heath. If it comes with a Starfield bundle, hey, I'm all for it. No, I'm going to buy Starfield on the PC. That's what I live stream with. But it's the way they're talking about the prices with these new consoles. Have you seen some of the?
Yeah. Yeah. It's up there.
Yeah. I hope they bring those prices down. And like you said just a minute ago, I hope their games are going to be backwards compatible. If I don't know why game companies do not do that, and maybe it is so they can sell more, but if PlayStation and Xbox both, if they would make a game system, say PlayStation this year said, hey, we're coming out with our PS5 or whatever they would call it, and it will play, and now I'm being crazy, but it will play all of our games back to the PS3. That would be ridiculously popular. Now,
it was supposed to be that way.
I know it.
PS5 was supposed to go back to PS2. But now they're saying no, it's just some PS4 games.
Is it not possible to do that, or is it a marketing thing?
I don't know. I think some of it's a marketing thing because Xbox has always been backwards compatible. Not all of their games, but a lot of them are. And a lot of them, if you have the disc, you can play it on a newer system.
I still have PS2 games and PS3 games that I love. They're sitting on my shelf. They're not doing anything. I just, but I would love to have a system that I could play those games every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. I would too. And I would love to play Jade Empire again. Yeah. I have it. I have the disc. I'm ready to play it. And I don't want to get it on my PC. I could through Steam. But I don't know. There's something about playing it on the disc that I just love. I'm a physical copy person.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we are actually about 3 minutes to the end. Can y'all believe that? So if y'all have any questions for me or Vault Girl, I can't believe these podcasts go so quick. If y'all have any questions, anything y'all want to talk about, right now is the time. Vault Girl, would you put your link up one more time? If you haven't subscribed to Vault Girl yet, you're going to get my wrath. You please go subscribe to Vault Girl. She is awesome, 100%. Right now, she is playing Fallout 3, Ghost of... Say it again.
Tsushima.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Persona 5 Royale, Strange Brigade. Any other games?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey still. I haven't quite finished it yet.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and of course, awesome cooking. And she just went through all the things that she's doing recipes out of. And of course, she starts new games all the time, and she's playing Fallout 76 a lot. Do you ever live stream 76 anymore?
In quite a while. It crashes a lot. So I tend not to, because I'm not using an Elgato when I stream.
Yeah.
But I do play on other people's streams that stream it.
Oh, okay. I got you. So. Renrut says be sure to like, share, and check Vault Girl out. Absolutely. Well, Vault Girl, I cannot thank you enough for being on here. And I mean, this podcast went super fast. Can you believe how fast this podcast went?
I know. I looked down and it was already 6:30. I'm like, whoa, where did the time go?
And we didn't get a chance to talk about half of what I wanted to talk about. Real quick, everybody, before we quit, remember that the PTS is up and going for anybody that has a PC. Bethesda wants you to get over there and play. If you do 8 daily ops, you can get a special PTS pendant. Right now, the double score weekend is going on. Meat week is going on. So be sure and get out there and do your daily and weeklies so you can catch up with that, whatever that little spaceship guy is. What's his name in the spaceship? I don't know. But you can catch up with your season challenges. And Meat Week, there's some special prizes. I already got Charlie the Moo Moo, the head and the bottom. I'm never taking that outfit off. It's so cool. And I'm about to get back on so I can get the backpack. That's what I'm getting next. That's what I want. So, well, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all have an awesome weekend. Vault Girl, thanks again. Number one, for being my subscriber since I was 181 people. That's amazing. Thanks for being an awesome moderator. I consider you a friend, and thanks for being a guest here on the KingCast.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And will you be back sometime with me? Can you be a guest again?
Whenever you want.
Well, look at that. Johnny gave another super chat. He said the Xbox coming out this Christmas is supposed to be fully backward compatible for every Xbox game they've made, including the original games. Wow, that will be cool. Plus, you've got Obsidian is going to have their cool games coming out on the Xbox, so that's a good reason to get the Xbox. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny's awesome with the super chats. Thank you so much. That's a great way to end right there. Thank you, Johnny. Vault Girl, thank you again. If you hadn't subscribed to Vault Girl, do it right now. Vault Girl, put your link up there one last time. See, I'm making her work and be a guest on here. One more time, put that link up here.
There you go.
There it is, right there. Tap on that link. Now the podcast is over, so you have no excuse. Tap on that link and subscribe to Vault Girl. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday and have a very blessed Sunday, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.